कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग कार्यक्रम V4 न्यूज, ग्लोबल टीवी, V4 स्ट्रीम, न्यूज गांव से, संवाद सरोकार न्यूज, ऑर्गन डोनेशन इंडिया फाउंडेशन एवं ज्ञान द्वारा सीधा प्रसारित किया जा रहा है। कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग कार्यक्रम में हम एक विशिष्ट अतिथि के जीवन यात्रा के बारे में, जिन्होंने की बहुत ऊंचाइयों में अपनी जिंदगी में पहुंचे हैं, उनकी जीवन यात्रा के बारे में चर्चा करते हैं। उन्हीं से जानते हैं कि उनका जीवन कैसे शुरू हुआ और अब वो कहां तक पहुंचे। और आज के हमारे विशिष्ट अतिथि हैं जिनका मैं स्वागत करना चाहूंगा, श्री पी माइकल वेथा शिरोमणि IAS। आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है हमारे कार्यक्रम कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग में। श्री पी माइकल वेथा शिरोमणि IAS भूतपूर्व वाइस चांसलर रहे हैं राजीव गांधी नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ यूथ डेवलपमेंट के। आप एडिशनल चीफ सेक्रेटरी रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट ऑफ केरला में। आपकी जो आपने शुरुआत की थी सिविल सर्विस में, तो पहले आप भारतीय फॉरेस्ट सर्विस के लिए, इंडियन फॉरेस्ट सर्विस में 1980 में 1980 में आपका चयन हुआ था, लेकिन आपने उसके बाद 1982 में इंडियन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विस, भारतीय प्रशासनिक सर्विस IAS को ज्वाइन किया और आपको केरला कैडर अलॉट हुआ। आपका बहुत ज्यादा रुचि आपकी रही ट्राइबल डेवलपमेंट की, जो उसके उत्थान की, जो हमारे आदिवासी हैं उनके उत्थान की, और आपने उसमें डायरेक्टर ट्राइबल वेलफेयर के रूप में, और इसके अलावा जब आप डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर वायनाड के थे तो आपने काफी कुछ नए चीजें आरंभ की, न्यू इनिशिएटिव्स किए जिससे कि आदिवासियों का उत्थान हो सके, ट्राइबल्स का डेवलपमेंट हो सके। आपका रुझान बहुत कुछ पर्यटन के लिए भी रहा, और आपने काफी आपके सतत प्रयासों से केरला का जो वायनाड है वो आज भारत के ही नहीं, मैं कहूंगा विश्व के एक मानचित्र पे आ गया। इट हैज फाउंड ए प्लेस इन द टूरिज्म मैप ऑफ इंडिया और इवन द वर्ल्ड, वायनाड। आपने सिल्क के लिए, रेशम के लिए केरला में सेरिकल्चर को इंट्रोड्यूस किया, और जिससे कि बेस्ट क्वालिटी, अच्छी क्वालिटी के कोकून्स कंट्री में आए, तो आपका उसमें भी बहुत बड़ा योगदान रहा। आपने अपने टाइम में जो आदिवासी थे, जहां पे कि बिन ब्याई मां, अनवेड मदर्स का इश्यू बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा था, उसको आपने उजागर किया, और जिससे कि उस कुप्रथा को रोका, उस जो इविल हो रहा था हमारी सोसाइटी में, उसको आपने स्टॉप किया। आप लाल बहादुर शास्त्री नेशनल एकेडमी ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन LBSNAA, जो कि IAS, IPS, IFS और इवन IRS, जो क्लास 1 सिविल सर्विसेज के अधिकारी चुने जाते हैं, ये इंस्टीट्यूट मसूरी में स्थित है। वहां पे आपने 6 बैचेस को, 6 जो बैच आए थे उनको एज ए फैकल्टी मेंबर उन्हें ट्रेंड किया। आप नेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स कमीशन NHRC में भी आपने ट्रेनिंग विंग ह्यूमन राइट्स के लिए एज ए जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी आपने वहां पे स्थापित किया। आप डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट में आपने किताब को एडिट किया, जो कि प्रैक्टिकल और एप्लीकेशन ओरिएंटेड बुक थी, कि जो बहुत असाधारण सिंपल वे में थी, और जिसका नाम था सोर्स बुक फॉर द डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर्स। तो जो जिलाधिकारी हैं उनके लिए आपने एक मापदंड बनाया एक किताब के रूप में, जो कि बहुत ही उपयोगी हुई साबित जब भी कोई भी इस तरह का डिजास्टर आता है, कोई भी आपदा आती है। आप अपने समय में आप इंटरनेशनल फेडरेशन ऑफ रेड क्रॉस और रेड क्रेसेंट दिल्ली से भी जुड़े रहे, और आपने वहां भी उनको भी ट्रेनिंग डिवीजन उनका बनाया आपदा निवारण के लिए, डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट का। एज पार्ट ऑफ आपका जो और भी उसमें आप जुड़े रहे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में, तो आप कन्याकुमारी का जो आप मॉडल था, वो आप गुड गवर्नेंस का आपकी इच्छा है और रही है, और आप उसके संग जुड़े, जो कन्याकुमारी को डिस्ट्रिक्ट को आपने एक मॉडल डिस्ट्रिक्ट गुड गवर्नेंस अच्छे प्रशासन देने में बनाया है, उसमें भी आपका बहुत बड़ा योगदान रहा। बहुत ही धनी व्यक्तित्व के आप वो हैं, प्रतिभाशाली हैं, इतने आपने इतने गुण हैं, संपन्न हैं। आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है एक बार पुनः श्री पी माइकल वेता शिरोमणि हमारे प्रोग्राम कल आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग में। मैं पहले हिंदी में पूछ के फिर आपसे इंग्लिश में पूछ लूंगा। हमारे इस कार्यक्रम में हम आपकी जीवन यात्रा के बारे में पता करना चाहेंगे, क्योंकि बहुत कुछ चीजें ऐसी हैं जो दर्शकों को नहीं पता, बहुतों को नहीं पता। तो मेरा पहला प्रश्न है, आप कहाँ पैदा हुए, कहाँ आपका बचपन बीता और कहाँ आपकी प्रारंभिक शिक्षा हुई? वेयर वर यू बोर्न, वेयर योर चाइल्डहुड वाज स्पेंट एंड वेयर यू हैव योर प्राइमरी एजुकेशन? मिस्टर पी माइकल वेता शिरोमणि प्लीज।
नमस्कार, मुझे बहुत खुशी है लाल गोयल जी के साथ बात करने के लिए। हिंदी में बात करना चाहता हूं, लेकिन हिंदी का थोड़ा गड़बड़ है, इसलिए हमको इनिशियली हमारा हिंदी ऐसा था, हम सोचा था शिष्टाचार और भ्रष्टाचार एक ही है। तो हिंदी में थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन है, इसलिए अलो कीजिए मुझे इंग्लिश में बात करने के लिए। ये मौका के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। I'm extremely grateful to Mr. Lal Goyal. It's a very, very great pleasure. And I'm really humbled for selecting me of taking life journey, because there are large number of very great experts, great people, but you humbled me by giving me an opportunity. My question is to your question. I am from Kanyakumari district. Possibly, I think that is the one district I think I would invite our participants also to visit that district, because that is the only district in the whole country where a common man can visit openly, where the 3C Sangamam is there. And also, even in the Sangam literature, this district is highly projected as one of the most ecologically bio-rich district in the country. So that way, I hail from that district. I'm very proud that I hail from that district, because Kanyakumari to Kashmir. When I went to Kashmir, people shook me with my hand and say, "Oh, Kanyakumari se ho?" So thank you very much. My studies were, my father was an army soldier, so I studied actually 11 classes in 9 schools in 2 states, 3 states. It's all from Tamil Nadu to Andhra to Allahabad, then back to Tamil Nadu. That was my schooling. Coming to my the college days, I think.
No,
I
will just stop you here, Mr. Michael.
Right. Yeah.
Can you share with our viewers any memories, because you have mentioned, जैसा अभी हमारा मिस्टर माइकल ने बताया कि आपका जन्म कन्याकुमारी में हुआ और आपने बचपन, क्योंकि आपके पिताजी आर्मी में थे, तो 3 स्टेट्स में, जिसमें आपने बताया तमिलनाडु, और दूसरा आपने स्टेट, विच स्टेट यू मेंशन?
आंध्र प्रदेश
एंड उत्तर प्रदेश। 3 स्टेट्स में आपकी, इलाहाबाद में, उत्तर प्रदेश में 3 जगह आपका बचपन बीता है, प्रारंभिक शिक्षा हुई है। We would like to know any of your memories from in any of the 3 states, and especially is memories from UP, because it's a Hindi state, and as you have mentioned about your Hindi, तो आप कुछ वहां के बारे में बताना चाहेंगे उत्तर प्रदेश के में, कि कोई कैसा आपको एक्सपीरियंस था, because you are from south and your Hindi was not good and you were studying there. How was the atmosphere with the other your classmates or the teachers in Allahabad school?
Yeah, thank you. Actually, in Allahabad, my schooling was just started, so very, very small memories only. But I myself wanted to revisit that place, because it was the military area, to visit Allahabad Sangamam. I have not revisited. I hope God will give me an opportunity to revisit Allahabad. It's becoming very important. And coming to the other schools, I studied in actually the very, very prestigious Wesley Boys Multipurpose School in Hyderabad. And it gave me a lot of exposure, actually. By going to other states, even the schooling, you interact with others. You're not with the Tamil people, etc. So there was a lot of, I think, exposure I got, which silently got into me, which rather paved me for giving a very good appearance, very good image about the state. And okay. I was, yeah, right.
तो आपने जब यूपी का, तो क्योंकि आपको बहुत कम मेमोरी है, लेकिन जो आपने बताया आंध्रा में आप वहां के एक प्रेस्टिजियस स्कूल में पढ़े, और आपको वहां पे आपने सीखा कि किस तरह दूसरे स्टेट के भी बच्चे जब मिलते हैं एक दूसरे से तो कितना सीखने को मिलता है और कितना उससे फायदा होता है आगे के लिए, कि आपस में भाईचारे की भावना, एक बहुत ज्यादा शेयरिंग एंड केयरिंग फीलिंग आ जाती है. नाउ
Wesley Boys, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Your Hindi understood. Right.
Okay.
That's great.
Acha.
Actually, Hyderabad, that Wesley Boys multi-purpose school, even now I get verified and also one of the very prestigious school, where comparatively from other states in those days, possibly early 1960s, very few children only come from other states, either from the military or from other employees. But the children, I still remember, I studied 4th and 5th class, and I think when there was a warm reception, very friendly nature, that I'm, even if today some of my old friends like Sridharan, I still remember having such a time with him and all.
You have mentioned about Mr. Sridharan.
Yeah.
Who?
This is
your friend.
Yeah, it's not that any of our what you call the reputed Sridharan. Sridharan I still remember.
Okay. Now, दूसरा, अब इसके बाद आपका उच्च शिक्षा कहाँ पे हुई? Higher studies, higher education.
My higher studies, I'm also wanted to highlight. I am very take pride that I studied in a government high school. I'm still feel very honored that government high school can do a great role, and Kerala is a good model where the government schools produce better results. Just mentioning. Now coming from, I have got a little liking for botany, some or other, because maybe the Kanyakumari district nature is very plentiful and very bountiful. So I eagerly went and studied botany. I wanted to be something like in the botany area, etc. So I did in Christian College, Nagarkoil, and I did my MSc in botany in Annamalai University.
तो आपने जब बॉटनी में आपको इंटरेस्ट था, आपने बॉटनी में एमएससी किया, लेकिन उसके बाद आपका विचार, ये कोई आप मेमोरी सुनाना चाहेंगे? उस वक्त तो यू माइट हैव लॉट्स ऑफ मेमोरीज फ्रॉम ऑफ योर कॉलेज टाइम. कैन यू शेयर एनी मेमोरी विच यू वांट टू शेयर विथ आवर व्यूअर्स, कि आपको संग कुछ ऐसी घटना हुई या ऐसे आपके टीचर्स या क्लासमेट्स थे जो अभी भी आप याद करके और आपको अच्छा लगता है, उस यू स्टिल रिमेंबर दैट गुड टाइम ऑफ दैट पीरियड?
थैंक यू वेरी मच. Actually, the entire in the very different wings of the botany, actually that what you call taxonomy is the most difficult and most sought after subject. Taxonomy is, you remember, I think I always told Mr. Lal Goyal, I think every day I think you are putting a flower and the botanical name, I'm really enriching myself. So really it enriches me. So that way botany, I really get fascinated, and tropical, especially taxonomy is very, very interesting. I had some of the best lecturers who induced that interest in me. One is, even today I remember Mr. Tambidas sir, who is no more, but he was my great guru. It's like that. There were others also. They have gave a lot of interest, and this later helped me in my IFS, which will come to you later. So botany was keenly interested, and I studied in Annamalai University, where my professor, Dr. Rangasamy Iyengar sir, who was so expertise in Sanskrit, whose expertise in English, whose expertise in Tamil and Hindi. Suppose he comes into a flower, he gets into the English literature and all. Possibly at that time, we are not that standard enough to appreciate his English and all, but great professor.
Very nice. Okay, so now after, when you are so much interested in botany and you mentioned that that's why you wanted to go for the in the forest services. So why you have gone to the civil services? Why you have not become a professor, or why you are not interested to join army, as your father, as you mentioned that he was in army? So what induced you to go to the civil services?
So thank you very much. In fact, indeed, I think I should honestly say, even today, the rural India, if you are studying in a rural India university, you are really directionless. I'm very honestly saying that, because after my MSc, I don't know what to do. Something was in my mind, I should get a 4-digit salary. That's all was in my mind. But in the heart of heart, there was something in my mind, I should become a pilot officer. So for this pilot officer, I went through the 2 SSBs, both for Navy and Air Force. Both I got selected, but made medically unfit, so came to the other way. And before coming into the Indian Forest Service, Indian Forest Service, which I also got at Tamil Nadu cadre, I was doing lot of, I started in a rung and all, step by step only went up and all, because I would very honestly say lack of proper guidance and mentoring when we were doing our MSc, and very honestly say. Though we have got a great respect to the university, but still the faculty has to be really very charged, very enthusiastic, and they should have a forward-looking and guide each and every student. That was something lacking, which I felt. That's why it took long time for me to come into the competitive exams in the Indian Forest Service.
But Indian Forest Service में आपका जो सिलेक्शन हो गया था 1980 में, तो उसके बाद आपने ज्वाइन किया IFS को, आपकी पोस्टिंग कहां पर हुई? Where you were posted after joining the IFS?
Yeah. Thank you. Actually, the Indian Forest Service is one of the longest training in all the services and all. It has got 2 years training in Dehradun, that is the Indian Forest College. So 2 years training there, and I was allotted to Tamil Nadu cadre, and I was given Erode. Erode was my training, the 3rd year training. That is the field training. By that time, what happened? I competed for the civil services and all. My father was very particular that I should try IAS. That was the person, because I was very comfortable with my botany, with my forestry, and got my Tamil Nadu state cadre also. But my father was very particular. I think you should give a try for the civil services. So I tried for the civil services.
Mr. Michael, I just received a message from one of your batchmate, Dr. A.K. Jha. He IFS of 1980 batch. He said, yeah, he says he was in our batch 1980 in the Indian Forest Service before joining IAS. He just messaged me, Dr. A.K. Jha. He also appeared on my program. So there, and he saw watching your program, and that's why he sent this message to me right now. Now, so you have gone to the IAS. आप IAS में इसलिए गए क्योंकि आपके फादर चाहते थे, तो आपने IAS का अप्लाई किया और उसमें आप सेलेक्ट हो गए. तो आपका क्या एक्सपीरियंस रहा IAS जब आप सेलेक्ट हुए? तो आपको एकेडमी का कुछ एक्सपीरियंस बताना चाहेंगे?
Yeah, we had the unique, I think, thankful to Mr. A.K. Jha for remembering it. My result came when we were in the Mussoorie Academy. My civil services result came when we were undergoing our foundation course of the Indian Forest College. So we celebrated it and all. I, along with Mr. Aditya Swarup, we are the 2 persons who got into the IAS from the 1980 batch at that year. And it was a very, very, I initially, let me be very honest, my interview was not good. My interview was not at all good. In 11th minute, I just came out. So I thought I will not get into the civil services at all. I know my result, because three of from the Indian Forest Service went for the interview, etc. All the 3 got into, luckily, the interview and all, but they have done very well. But I knew my interview was very bad. But I know my result, I said nothing. But I was fulfilling my father's ambition and all. But it was quite surprised I got into the IAS and all. And got into, my rank was not that very good, so but luckily I got into Tamil Nadu Kerala cadre into the IAS.
तो आपको जब केरला कैडर मिला तो डिफरेंस है कि तमिलनाडु और केरला में काफी कुछ डिफरेंस है, ऑल्दो सिमिलरिटीज भी है पर डिफरेंस भी है. तो आपको शुरू में कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आई या आपको कैसा लगा जब आप केरला में पोस्ट हुए?
Actually, there was no problem at all, because I am from Kanyakumari, because language was not at all. Being from a Kanyakumari person and former Travangorian, though I must not have talked Malayalam, but I can understand Malayalam like what Hindi and all. So perfectly I was in match with that and all. And I would say I am very lucky enough to go to Kerala state, but though in the heart of hearts, I wanted to serve for the people who are very poor. So in my commitment, I think way long back before in my life, I made one commitment, because that was the commitment in Kolli Hills in Tamil Nadu. I was working in some treasury department. I went to that Kolli Hills. I saw somebody ill-treating a tribal. What was the mistake of the tribal? He sat in a seat in a public bus. The conductor wanted him to sit in the floor. At that age, I was not bold enough to oppose or anything argue, but it touched me very badly. So I took a decision on that day. If at all God gives me IAS, I will serve for the tribals.
और उसको आपने फुलफिल किया. ट्राइबल्स के अपलिफ्टमेंट के लिए। क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आई आपको? कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स फेस हुई जब आपने कहा कि मैं आई वांट टू अपलिफ्ट दिस, डू द समथिंग फॉर द ट्राइबल्स? योर बैचमेट्स और योर अदर ऑफिसर्स ऑफ योर सीनियर्स might have told you, or have you ever received any resistance from them ki why you are doing this thing, let it go, like whatsoever is happening, you must concentrate on your work?
Thank you. I think you have asked a very, very sensitive issues and all. Actually, tribal development, it's a very small population of around 3 lakh people only, of 35 tribal groups. But it is very, very different. You have got a very advanced tribals, and you have got the most, I think, very comfortable tribal in the interior forest area in Malappuram. As we all know, I think each tribal are different in their approach, their development priorities, etc. We may not be able to appreciate them. You go to the tribal area, they will say, I'm taking rest. You feel, why did you go for a job? He recoups his energy or recoups his health by taking rest, which we may not be able to appreciate. So there are a lot of challenges. Actually, to be very frank with you, the tribal development in Kerala and in general India is a very sad story, because they are the people of the environment, and we have deprived them of their rights and all. We are thrown out. We say forest is ours and wildlife is more important than their life and all. And that way we have deprived them of their righthood, livelihood and all, which is very sad. Now, just taking a small example. Now, for example, I think we all know Mahua. Mahua is their livelihood, what you call livelihood tree for a tribal people. But where is their research? What research we have done and contributed? Can we reduce the age of the tree? Can we diversify into that? We have not looked into that and all. Tribal development, it's a biggest challenge, very biggest challenge. Most of the one issue which I feel, the tribal development should be handed over to the forest department. You cannot distinguish the tribal inside the forest, wildlife and forest into a separate wing. If you are given to a tribal department, it cannot come and do that. So I honestly feel, I think the forest department should be the caretakers of the tribal people, so that the tribe. Second thing, tribal land has been taken away by the people, because land scarcity of Kerala has deprived them of things. That was the saddest part of my life when I look into the tribal development. Their land has been taken away, so they are left with very little.
So
there are challenges.
Lots of challenges. Okay.
Lot of challenges.
Now coming to the tourism, आपने जो टूरिज्म डिपार्टमेंट को काफी डेवलपमेंट किया टूरिज्म में, और खासकर वायनाड, जो कि आजकल बहुत ज्यादा है, क्योंकि बहुत लोग जाते हैं वायनाड में और बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस मानी जाती है, तो उसमें भी आपको कुछ चैलेंजेस फील हुए जब आपने ये काम किया वायनाड को?
Exactly. I think when anyone going to Wayanad will visit that there's a lake called Pukod Lake. It's the very entrance of the Pukod Lake. That was managed by some vested interest and all. So the assembly committee people came and they wanted to visit, because there has been a lot of complaints and all. They also wanted to visit. They said they actually such a beautiful lake constructed 100 years back by the English people, and there was a beautiful road. But these people, because of the vested interest, they did not allow, because a lot of what you call unsocial activities used to happen in it. The assembly committee MLA told collector, I think you should clear the road. That was my that was the tip of the iceberg. I got it, and after that I did the development. And I was very surprised when I was in Masuri Academy. One day I was just going through the website. I see the Pukod Lake in the photos and all, and that was a starting point. And we dedicated that with improvement on the World Environment Day. If I remember, it is in the 94. Okay. 94 we started it and all. After that, Wayanad looked only upward, and today it is able to sustain. That was my greatest satisfaction, that today Wayanad, it is in the tourist picture of India. I am sure
it's giving you such an eternal pleasure whenever you see the Wayanad name as on the tourist map, or somebody talk about the Wayanad, because you have done such a nice thing. I am sure the Wayanad people might be quite obliged for you that you have developed and done so much. Now, आप उसके बाद आपने जब लाल बहादुर शास्त्री एकेडमी में आप एज ए फैकल्टी मेंबर रहे, और आपने 6 बैचेस सिविल सर्विसेज के, ये कौन से ईयर में शुरू किया था आपने? इन विच ईयर यू आर अटैच्ड विद द लाल बहादुर शास्त्री एकेडमी?
Okay, one point more I should allow you, but Goel Saab, allow me to speak about Wayanad. I have been called as Ana collector. That means elephant collector.
Okay.
My people may forget my name, but the moment you say that you're Ana collector, that they will. Ana means elephant in Malayalam. Because once I went to the tribal area and we were 9 people in the jeep, and an elephant, a loner elephant, turned our jeep upside down, and we ran back to the tribal house. And luckily, that the elephant was kind enough, did not further damage us and not. So thereafter, I've been called as the Wayanad. That is the typical example of human-wildlife conflict issues in that district. Even today, average 5 to 6 people die, and many get injured because of this human-wildlife conflict, which is the biggest challenge in Wayanad. Now, coming to Mussoorie, I would honestly say I'm the first person, an opening batsman from Kerala cadre, to go to Mussoorie Academy as a faculty. Though Kerala officers, like for example, the director was there, I think just from Bihar cadre, but he is from Kerala. But from Kerala cadre, I was privileged to be the first opening batsman for Kerala. It was from 94 to 2000. I was there.
Okay. So for the 6 years you were there, or 6 batches. So any experience you would like to share about that?
Yeah, I think as far as this is concerned, I think in India, there are 2 places where I think man pulling, man rickshaw was there, if you remember correct. One is even now Calcutta. Hope Mamtaji does something very good. Other place was Mussoorie. Anybody who has gone to Mussoorie would say man pulling, man rickshaw, which some or other, I think I would say, I had a great senior, I think possibly Lal Goyal ji may invite him, Mr. Harsh Manda. 2 years senior, we were all faculty. I think he took up this issue. We have got a social service society in which we took up the issues. I was closely associated. It was happy that I think we could rehabilitate the people, and the man pulling man rickshaw was replaced with cycle rickshaw with automatic brake system. We wanted to introduce the gear system, but at that time technology, it was not readily available. So in a short time, so that gives me a lot of satisfaction. And also, all through being a botanist, I kept always what you call Shramdan in my mind. All my probationers, morning there is a PT. We can do PT, we can do yoga, we can do horse riding. But I take around 10 probationers in the morning, make for around 30 minutes or 45 minutes, really some manual work. And finally, I'll ask how many rupees you have earned, I will ask. They will say, sir, 20 rupees. I said, no, 60 rupees is the wage at that point of time. You have worked for 1 hour. So 1 hour means 8 by 60 means this is the amount. I wanted them to understand how difficult manual labor is. And we know even the pregnant ladies used to work when manual labor. So we have to respect that labor. So it's sort of ethics or some sort of this, not only because they are already intelligent children, there may not be much sensitizing on these small issues, etc. has been my pleasure.
And last, because there are time shortages there, about the book which you have, the source book for the district collector. Would you like to just highlight anything about that? What was that source book for the district collector?
Because district an IAS officer normally spends around 1/3 of their lifetime within the initial 10 years on disaster management, either drought, flood, or something shortage, etc., accidents, etc. So I thought, because we had earlier only manuals. The manuals had a very, very big, old, untraditional, and also we thought there was a high-powered committee set up by Government of India, in which I was also associated, and we prepared do's and don'ts during the pre-disaster, during disaster, and post-disaster. And this book has been revised and sent to all the district collectors, thanks to Mr. Pant, who was heading that team. And I think I would say it's one of the pioneering work.
It is all over India?
It was sent to all the district collectors.
Okay, very good. आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दूंगा मैं कि आपने इतने वर्क किए। हालांकि मैं तो अभी ज्यादा आपसे पूछ भी नहीं पाया, लेकिन चलते चलते क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगे यूथ को और यंग जनरेशन?
Because for me, because I always remember, when you wanted to be youthful, please be with the young. If you want to be youthful, I think if you don't want to be old, be always with the youth. Youth is our asset. I think I would say hold our country great, because make our national flag fly high. Sare kahan se acha, wo Hindustan hamara. And I would say that I think we should make our country, I think, poverty free. I think we should say the dignity of an individual, the dignity of a poor person should be always in our conscience. I think the youth has got great technology. I think we should take this country to greater heights. Thank you.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मिस्टर माइकल, आपने इतनी अच्छी अच्छी बात बताई, यहाँ बहुत सुनने को मन चाहता है लेकिन समय का अभाव है। तो आज का ये कार्यक्रम कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग, जिसका सीधा प्रसारण V4 न्यूज, ग्लोबल टीवी, V4 स्ट्रीम, न्यूज गांव से संवाद, सारोकार न्यूज के अलावा यूट्यूब और फेसबुक पे भी किया गया। एंड अवर एंडवेयर इज टू ब्रिंग टू यू एवरीडे न्यू टॉपिक इन अवर मॉर्निंग program, that is media conference with Lal Goyal at 10:30 a.m. And tomorrow, being the blood donors day, World Blood Donors Day, our program is Role of Youth in Blood Donation. And our chief guest, along with the 7 youth guests, the chief guest is Shri Madhabushi Madan Gopal IAS, former Additional Chief Secretary as well as former Health Secretary, Government of Karnataka. So please tune in tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. for Role of Youth in Blood Donation. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद श्री माइकल जी आपका कि आज आपने इतनी अच्छी बातें बताई। मन बहुत कर रहा है, अभी भरा नहीं है मन। कोशिश करेंगे एक बार पुनः आपको लाएं अपने प्रोग्राम में और भी बहुत कुछ जाने, क्योंकि आपने जो काम किए हैं एज ए आईएएस ऑफिसर, बहुत कम आईएएस ऑफिसर इस तरह की काम कर पाते हैं जो समाज का सेवा का भी हो। बहुत 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 धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत आपको हम साधुवाद देंगे। और धन्यवाद आप सब दर्शकों का कि आप हमारे संग जुड़े और हमारे इस कार्यक्रम को